Welcome to another episode of my podcast. That's fine with me. Today we're going to be talking about celebrities, their cash grabs. We're going to be talking about their brands, their business ideas, which is definitely not new. And of course, you probably have guessed who we're going to be primarily talking about, but probably haven't because plot twist, there's so many out there. We don't even know who is owning what. And most of these brands, they're just closing down. In one of my very old videos, it was Girls Night Talk. Was my series of Girls Night Talk. I was talking about different influencers. And of course, I was talking not only about influencers, but a lot of celebrities that started their new company overnight, I would say. I was like, yeah, another week, another celebrity brand. And am I a cash cow? I don't really know. Because why do they think that I'm so, rich to buy all of their products, to purchase these constant launches, that they're still coming up with more and more and more products? I don't really know. I honestly have no idea what they think that it's appropriate to launch another product for us. And a lot of the times, like Gen Z and millennials, they're considering celebrities brands and their influencer brands as a cash grab. And I talked about this many times on my channel. But what is so interesting about 2026 is that finally people are awakening. And unfortunately, again, when I talked about this in my previous series, most of these brands, they're dealing with incubators. Incubators, they're like a huge conglomerate, not even a conglomerate, but it's a huge company that is offering brands their ideas, or they're offering some products that they can slap on a new name like Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie and J-Lo or any other kind of like celebrity. And that's it. That's an ultimate way to earn money, but not now. I mean, it was super popular in 2020, especially with all this pandemic situation and people, finding out about TikTok and TikTok algorithm pushing some new products, and TikTok shop was huge. Unfortunately, or probably fortunately sometimes, people there stopped, they started seeing through and like, oh, it's so much shit they're selling us. And probably most of you know that in 2016 was beauty era, like YouTubers and influencers that were reviewing a lot of products. And for now, basically Gen Z and millennials were purchasing this constant purchase of a new product without even thinking, is it a good or bad product? And if it's a bad product, I'm just going to throw it away, toss it. But the economy is still dictating some new rules. And that is the main reason why we have to pay attention to something that is happening and shifting. I would say that a lot of the times, these brands and I would say their companies, they stop being authentic and they look more like, again, a cash grab. I'm constantly saying this word like cash grab because it is actually cash grab. And it's why that is the way how people are describing this as just a new launch, as a new product. That is the main reason why people are so tired and like, this is just, it claims to be extremely important product in your life that's going to solve all of your issues. The only problem is that sometimes, we forgot about dermatologists, that if you have severe acne, if you have extremely oily skin or super dry skin, maybe this is no way to purchase an ultimate solution from a brand or your favorite celebrity or favorite influencer that's going to solve your issue. I think most of the time, these products, like skincare products or even makeup products, they aiming for something very, very simple, not even to hydrate your skin. Or maybe they're giving you this instant hydration, this quick boost, and then it's gone, because there's no such thing as real hydration from these incubator companies that are producing content. They're producing products over and over again without even thinking. I think they have pretty much similar formulas. Most of the celebrity brands, they have, I would say, same formulation. Even the packaging sometimes is similar. The only difference is probably just a different PR tactic, or maybe a little bit different coloring on the bottle. I don't really know, guys. But finally, we came to the point and realization that market is oversaturated. And a lot of the times we have a real issue and a real problem, that there's so much product that I don't really know. Honestly, I am in the beauty industry and I'm constantly watching some drama channels. I'm constantly watching some makeup news and beauty news. But you know what? I don't even know half of these names, brands, celebrity names specifically, that they actually came up with some new idea and some new brand. And like, oh, J-Lo came out with some new beauty line. Oh, Kylie Jenner is back with her some new, like skincare products. Oh, Brad Pitt I mean, like, it doesn't really look like he's using a lot of skincare or any procedures in general. So that is the main reason, like, why would he come up with something like this? I don't really know. That is the main idea why people, they stop believing in this kind of authentic brand, and they're like, okay, so I don't really see you using these products yourself. Most of the time when you're watching some of the celebrity routine in their Vogue magazine, they're using some, I don't know, like Chanel, they're using a lot of Louis Vuitton, they're using some Celine products, whatever, like Kiehl's products, but they're not using their own products, or they're not using some products of their, co-stars, because they're just not doing a thing. And for a reason, these products are not doing a thing, because a lot of the time celebrities, they have their dermatologists, they have their very expensive doctors, and sometimes we're not even talking about plastic surgery, but they're buying some real products. They're tested, they're clean, and maybe some of these products, they're coming from pharmacies, because it's better to purchase a CeraVe cream or maybe La Roche-Posay that is going to cost you so much less than J.Lo's products, than paying for J.Lo's product and getting no results whatsoever. And again, CeraVe, I would say that it's relatively, I would say, you can still debate if that's a great product if you have like acne prone skin or maybe other problems with your skin. It's still depending on your dermatologist and some tests that they have to run in order to understand like what is actually going to suit your skin. That is the main reason why I would say that even when Dwayne Johnson and Beyonce and as well as Brad Pitt, they came up with their launch, it just started looking like the 2000s when every single celebrity, they had their own fragrance. Antonio Banderas had his fragrance, Britney Spears had her fragrance. Even if I'm mistaken, like Christina Aguilera had her fragrance, but I'm not really sure. But like every single celebrity, they had the fragrance line. And though I really loved Britney Spears' fragrances, still, I mean, like a lot of these celebrities, they just didn't really care. They did not formulated, they didn't take this active participation in this production. And that is the main reason why the quality of certain, I guess, products fails. And we actually saw this with Rhode Beauty. I mean, it's so weird because when Rhode Beauty, they came out with their products, of course, Hailey Bieber is face of this company. And most of the time, I think the PR strategy was genius. They were building their brand on this glass skin or clean girl aesthetics that Hailey was basically doing over years. And she was doing her, I guess, clean girl aesthetics for maybe 2 or 3 years prior launching her beauty brand. When she launched her beauty brand, and we're talking about Rhode Beauty, of course, a lot of the times people are like, oh, I want to look like, Hailey Bieber. And I'm not going to say if it's true or not, but a lot of people, they're speculating that she did some surgery, like plastic surgery. She had some job done. Nose job in particular, and some fillers, and, just it's really weird when people with that much money and access to dermatologists and access to these plastic surgeons, they're like, oh, I actually achieved my skin with the help of my Rhode Beauty aesthetics and whatsoever. I mean, I have nothing against Rhode Beauty because I have never tried that, but when they came out with this formulation, turned out that their products weren't great, and some people, they had allergic reactions because they had some nuts in their products, and they claimed to change formulation, but then people said that nothing changed. But I would say that Hailey Bieber, she had a very sustainable, I guess, business for a year. I'm not saying like we're not going further. And they, I would say, had a revenue of like, not even a revenue, but like they sold products for $212 million, if I'm not mistaken, in 1 year. And that was crazy. And people look praising Hailey for that, which is cool. I mean, like I think that it's really, really cool. The only difference is that most of the time, a lot of celebrity brands, they have a great start because people are interested in their production. They're interested in Hailey Bieber as a persona. They really want to get the same effect. And then the demand is declaring because they have some other celebrities. They're launching their own products, their new beauty lines, and they want to try their products. That is the main reason why, second year into business, and Hailey Bieber, she actually earned, if I'm mistaken, like $94 million. I might be a little bit rough into statistics because we're not talking about Rhode Beauty in particular. We're talking about the decline of celebrity beauty brands. And then she has right now, if I'm mistaken, like 40 million in sales. And yeah, in 2025, and specifically in September when they launched in Sephora, the success was huge. I mean, she sold her brand to Elf Cosmetics, and yeah, it was crazy, and everyone talked and raved about that and praised Hailey for this, which is still, yeah, I mean, it's a great achievement for sure. But then when she came to Sephora, still the shelves were, wiped off almost immediately. And now people are starting seeing that the product line hasn't changed much in 2 years, and this clean girl aesthetics is actually not hyping anymore. And at the same time, like, the quality is questionable, and people, they're like moving to some other products. That is the main reason why I would say that the quality is not probably still there. A lot of the times people are pointing out that the brand, I would say capsule, not even a capsule, but the product containers, or I forgot how they call this. I forgot about it. But the containers, basically, they're not serving the purpose, and most of the time they're broken or have some leaks in this, and that is the main reason that the quality is still not there, though it's pretty expensive. I mean, like, it's not as expensive as JLo's masks for $50, but still it's pretty expensive for you to get something that is still questionable quality. It's still not good in packaging. It's quite boring from my point of view, as we're talking about packaging, though I don't really care about packaging, honestly. But, it's just like you're not getting something extremely good and extremely like crazy good quality for the money you're paying, because it's still, at the end of the day, is a celebrity brand, and she's a creative director right now, but still. And the same happened, I guess, with Jaclyn Hill. The whole idea with her lipstick gate, and I know I don't really want to bring this up for a long period of time, but just people start seeing this, that sometimes when something is promised to be delivered as like great lipsticks, better quality than ever, and that I'm a perfectionist, then maybe it's not always going to be delivered. Same thing happens with, like, again, JLo. Most of the time when you get all of these products, you don't really get how many. The ingredient list doesn't say how much in the percentage you're going to get the amount of certain products, because they might actually say that they use, certain extracts were super expensive, that it might be less than 1%, but it's listed in the ingredient list because they're using, but it's not going to do anything to your skin, because it's it doesn't, because it's almost not there. It might not even be there in the ratio that's going to do something for your skin. I hope you're going to see what I'm saying. And the price points, again, they're really, really crazy. And we're talking about, like, JLo. She thinks if she's a celebrity, then people are going to buy her product. And first and foremost, JLo, she is 50. She looks great. She does look great, and she's so fitted and whatever. But at the same time, she probably missed her mark, because the most influential population is Gen Z, probably millennials, and we're going even smaller, like Generation Alpha. And are they going to be influenced by JLo, who's like 50 years old? With all due respect, I still think that they're going to lean toward a little bit younger audience, as well as Brad Pitt. He's hot. He looks hot. He's like 60 or whatever. But at the same time, first and foremost, I haven't seen him using any of his own products. Second of all, who is going to buy these products? People are like over 50 or 60, most likely they're going to have their favorite products. Most likely they're going to have a consultation with a dermatologist because they need a little bit different skin treatment. Most likely they're going to have Botox. Most likely they're still not going to be influenced by Brad Pitt, because it's just like, it's irrelevant. They know that they have a skin of a 60-year-old and they have to do a little bit different treatment. Most of the products that JLo is kind of like selling, like a mask for $50, and I'm going to repeat it over and over again, a mask for $50 is not reasonable. And when you're 60, you kind of get the thing of like not being reasonable is going to cost you money. Yeah. And that is the main reason why they're not going to be appealing to the younger audience, as well as like Ellen DeGeneres. Who is she selling these products for? And is it actually kind of successful? I don't really think so. And her image is not good. It's just like not good image. That is the main reason, like, doomed to be a failure. Then we're going to talk about logistics. Most of these brands, they're logistically really hard to get. And if we're talking about like JLo, Rhode Cosmetics, as well as Rare Beauty, of course, logistically, and Rihanna's brand, Fenty, they have the budget to distribute their products, to sell this through major retailers like Ulta and Sephora, though Rare Beauty is still not in Ulta. They're going there only in February. That is the main reason why I would say, in my opinion, most of these brands, and especially from influencers, they just cannot afford to be on the shelves of Sephora. Because if you ever watched the video from any other influencers or celebrities, they said that if you really want to sell your products in Ulta or Sephora, you have to pay about 50% of your, if I'm saying not even income, but like the price of the overall product to stay on the shelves. And we're not even talking about the manufacturing process. We're not talking about logistics. We're not talking about, paying models, paying for commercial and PR team and whatsoever. That is super, super expensive. That is the main reason why not every single brand is kind of like okay with distribution through Sephora and Ulta. And not every single person can afford to buy from a website, for example, like Rode, before they went and launched into Sephora, because it's quite expensive to pay on top of your product for logistics, and most of the time logistics is not going to be cheap. And that is the main reason why people, they're waiting for this product to appear in Sephora and Ulta, but at the same time, I mean, like, they have to keep the prices the same way as they keep that on their websites. Yeah, and of course, I would say that right now, a lot of small brands and a lot of small businesses, they can actually create a better version for the market and for cheaper price without this tag of celebrity on top that slapped the name on the product. And they're going to earn probably like better respect for their products than actually some celebrities, because it's not going to look like a cash grab. When people are investing their hard-earned money and they're investing or taking loans, they know that they have stakes. I mean, they can go to some incubators and just offer them some deal where they're given their name, and in return they're getting tons of products, useless products most of the time, that is not going to be reasonable for customers. And that is actually given Gen Zs and millennials. I'm not talking about generation alpha. They're small. I mean, like, they're under 15. How old are they? They're definitely under 15, even 13. I don't know. They don't even know how to earn money. They don't earn money. So that's a weird thing. It's a whole new conversation about this TikTok obsession with teenage, not even teenagers, but like under 12 kids playing with 15-step routine and whatsoever. And again, another, very important thing is that when a lot of the celebrities, they come up with some new products, they offer some 10 product line that you actually have to purchase, which is insane. I mean, I use in the morning, I just wash my face with warm water. And if I have to go out somewhere, or if I need to put on some makeup, of course, I do some toner, a little bit of Nivea aftershave lotion, which is very inexpensive. And on top of that, I do my sun cream, which is a combination of moisturizer and a sun cream. Sometimes I do my under eye area primer, but I mean, like I mentioned this earlier, I use it for the sake of using, because I just purchased and I haven't noticed a drastic change in any of my makeup routine, like how the makeup sits. And when I'm done with makeup, I take this off with my cleansing soap, like my cleanser, my cleansing oil, and then I just use a mix of oils that I purchased for my face, and that's practically it. If I don't really wear any makeup, I don't do anything. Like, honestly, I just don't do anything. I go to bed and see you in the morning with warm water. That is the main reason why the people, they're so tired of, like, every single product is going to cost you at least 10. It's just minimum like $10, I wanted to say, but I guess $30, $15. And what they're offering is like a 15 bundle set full of products. Each of the product is going to cost you like $30, and the total cost of the bundle is going to be like $300, $400 for what? Something that is not even going to treat your skin, and it's not even going to moisturize sometimes your skin. I don't know. You're the judges, guys. That's why people, they're leaning towards micro influencers, small businesses, because they're a little bit more reliable. But again, we're going back to this moment where people are so tired of it, but like, who are they to blame? Because in my opinion, if you really want to buy some product, but you don't really want to waste a product, just go and watch some review. And in my opinion, the best reviews are on YouTube, because you're not allowed to hide sponsorship tags. You're not allowed to show that, this and that is a great product and I'm going to use 15 more products within 1 month. You're not allowed to do that, especially on YouTube, and people are just going to let you slide. They're not going to give you a slack for that. And of course, I would say that the worst thing why these brands are kind of dying out as dinosaurs is because they're creating this weird feeling of a limited edition. It doesn't really have to be related to skincare or beauty products, or even it doesn't have to be related to, I don't know what. It doesn't have to be related to any of that. The most important factor of it all is that sometimes certain, companies such as Ulta Beauty and this new scandal that they had, a couple of days ago, like a week ago, when they created this illusion that they were selling a lot of tickets and everyone had a chance and opportunity to buy those tickets and go to this event that they're creating. A lot of the times people, they just can't buy these tickets because it's pre-sold, it's pre-granted to some influencers and other people. I mean, if we're going to be honest, I know what people are talking about, that they're tired of this illusion that there's a tactic of limited drops. And in order to be special, you have to be quick enough, fast enough, and you have to give more money than any other people for some shitty product just because it's a limited edition and someone slapped the name on this cap, or I don't know, the label of some product, or maybe some clothes set or pajamas whatsoever, like because it's from your favorite influencers. This era, I guess, is over. I'm not really sure if I would ever, like, if I had money, if I had influence in the way, like not in a bad or good way, like if I actually had my audience, quite big reach, would I ever go into some business with beauty industry or like skincare right now? I don't really think so. I feel like it's doomed. It's doomed to be a failure because most of the time, I mean, there's so much, it's so oversaturated. The market is so oversaturated that I don't really know if my subscribers need another product from me. I don't know. Maybe I will someday, but I actually would love to create something with really good quality and something that people are really lacking. What do they really need? Another like skincare or another beauty product? I mean, it's okay to have a collaboration with some brand because you trust this brand and you want to create something together and it's going to be a cool thing. But to start a new brand from scratch, I don't even know if I really would love to do that. Let me know your thoughts, by the way, guys. Would you give this a try? If you had a reach, if you had an influencer and money, would you invest in a company or you think that's a dead idea? In my opinion, with all the points that I mentioned earlier, like through this entire podcast, this is the main idea why celebrities are failing, because people are not interested in them anymore. They're so tired of like this meaningless cash grab companies that are not even solving a problem and an issue. I mean, again, with Fenty Beauty, she solved an issue with the range of foundations, concealers, and a lot of other products that were not, I guess, accessible for people with deeper skin tones. With, I guess, Kim Kardashian, she solved an issue with Skims and her tightening laundry, whatever, because still, I mean, like, people couldn't get a great product. So I guess if you are going to be solving some issue, that's a great idea. But if it's just another copy, like copy paste, I don't really think it's going to be a great product to release. But I'm waiting for your thoughts, guys. Let me know your opinion. What do you think? And I hope I'm going to see you in my next podcast. By the way, I have mailed down in the description box so you can share your opinion anonymously. But if you want to be pretty much open, then you can share it from your main account. I don't mind. Love you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.